when was the last time I played this? Like 2 weeks ago? Longer than that, maybe? This is, I don't even remember where I left off. Apparently, I left off in the middle, the jungle right in front of the bridge, which is coming back to me now. Also, Alphen with both of his eyes just freaks me out. It's like looking at 2B without the blindfold. I don't like it, and I don't want to see it anymore. I do not approve. I don't even remember what audio settings I had going, because this seems ridiculously quiet. Yeah, last time there was a revelation about Alphen being the...
Get a look at this view.
The proto.
Don't get so drawn into it you fall over now.
He was the first ever... What did they call it? The Grand Champion. Yes, of course. He was the first ever Grand Champion. Sovereign. Yes. And somehow he time skipped like thousands of years or some shit. Everyone he ever knew or loved is dead. Except Xion! So, we just went from the ending of Subnautica, which was completely hands-off, to this, which is
Alphen,
also hands-off.
300 years, huh? Care to share the secret to such a long and healthy life?
I wish I knew. Once I left Lenegis, the next thing I remember is waking up in Calaglia. Everything in between is a blank.
You mean there are still gaps in your memory?
I've heard of starships with devices that can stave off imminent death by putting their passenger into a deep sleep. They're usually only intended as a temporary solution, until proper treatment for an ailment or injury can be obtained.
You think he might have been asleep in that starship for 300 years? But why? What would be the point?
Might this Naori have had a hand in it?
What do you mean?
If she's Renin like you say she is, she would have understood how to operate the starship better than yourself.
You're saying she deliberately put me to sleep for 300 years?
Dohalim, that's a bit of a leap.
Forgive me, I spoke out of turn. I'm merely thinking aloud, that's all. Xion and the maiden Naori. After 300 years, it's not unreasonable to suspect they may be related. Xion is nearly the perfect image of her, yes? She also just so happens to be connected to you. Is it merely a coincidence?
Like I've told you 1,000,000 times already, I wouldn't know.
Well, if you're absolutely certain that it couldn't have been Naori, then I guess I must have been mistaken. Complicated machinery can sometimes break down or have failures. Sorry for being presumptuous.
Alphen's getting all fucking mad about nothing.
Alphen, you said the mask was to placate you, right? To keep your guilt and rage in check? And you were wearing it the whole time you were asleep, right?
I guess I must have been.
So that's 300 years you were wearing it. It's just a hunch, but do you think that the mask might be...
The reason he lost all his memories?
Like few strong ones, so deeply ingrained in his psyche that he saw them in the form of dreams. It's not completely out of the question.
In which case, maybe it was the mask numbing his sense of pain, too.
No!
It's certainly possible. As for how, I wouldn't know, but the dampening effect on his psyche could have manifested itself physically as well.
I'm sorry for snapping at you back there. It's thanks to you that I feel like that we're finally getting somewhere with all this.
No apologies necessary. Reading others' feelings has never been my strong suit.
So he finally admits it.
I really hope Xion's okay.
I get why you're concerned. But if you don't rest when you can, you're going to regret it.
She's right. We need our rest to conserve our strength.
Yeah, you're right. Thanks, you two.
No problem. We'll save Xion. I know we will.
There are no titles in the Sword Art Online collaboration pack, so I don't really care. Then again, if there were, I would be even more upset about everything. More dropped items L. Heal HP L, attack up L. EXP boost L. I don't really know what to go with, so I'm just gonna choose heal HP probably. Maybe dropped items? No, fucking HP is fine.
Done. This is sure to give the others some much-needed energy.
A fisherman's hot pot. You ever try eating a fish head? It does not... the idea of eating something's face is not appealing to me. Even in the slightest. Like, yes, I'm a carnivore, but I'm one of those, like, fair weather carnivores. I don't want to see how the fisherman's hot fish stew, is made.
Alone. I'm all alone.
So what is this Sword Art Online shit? Asuna
Let's
got
go.
captured?
We
We have
don't
to
wanna keep
go
Xion
save her from being raped?
I always hear you muttering to yourself whenever we're in battle. So, just what are you saying?
Why do you want to know? Does it bother you or something?
Not really. It's just the way you talk is sometimes kind of creepy. So I was wondering if you vent your frustration through your magic. Are you yelling, "You stupid jerk," or something like that to pump yourself up?
What? No, that's not what's happening during my incantations. I'm just focused, so I match my tone to fit the mood of whatever I'm trying to invoke.
Invoke?
How do I put it? Basically, the elemental astral energy behind each art, I guess.
Astral energy? Hold on, are you saying you can talk to astral energy?
Not exactly. But if I put emotion into what I say, it's easier for me to properly cast my arts. That makes sense?
Kind of. Okay, so if you can talk to astral energy, then you can ask it to, like, predict the weather or find secret treasure?
Why can't Law be
You don't
smart?
really think that, do you?
Or you can ask it to send down lightning to where there's bad guys lurking and...
May lightning condemn those who bear false. Thunderblade!
Ah, what are you doing? You almost fried me with that!
I just asked the astral energy to send down lightning where there were annoying boys.
How come the punch guy is always so dumb? Why can't punch guy be smart?
I don't know what to do. Things can't go on like this.
What do you mean?
Ah! Oh, it's you, Rinwell.
You were talking about me, weren't you?
No, I wasn't. I've just been thinking about some things.
Really? How unusual.
Cut it out. I'm being serious here.
Sorry.
I was thinking about... You know how I used to work for Ganabelt back when I was in Cyslodia?
Yeah, of course. You were brought in after the Snake Eyes killed your friends, right? I mean, you had to.
Right. I used to have nightmares about it when I fell asleep. But lately, that's been happening a lot less. I don't know how to feel about that.
That's a good thing, isn't it? You should be happy.
Yeah, but... I did a lot of terrible things back then. And I'm scared I'm starting to forget what I did.
Okay, so let me just get all of this straight. You think you'll forget everything if you stop having those nightmares? Why?
Because... You know me.
Jesus.
I'm freaking stupid.
But it sure doesn't sound to me like you've forgotten.
Oh, yeah.
Not yet.
Still.
I don't think those nightmares going away means you've forgotten. Maybe it's a sign that you've come to terms with what you did.
Come to terms. You mean like Alphen with his past? You think that's what's happening?
Yeah, I do. You're pretty amazing, Law.
I am?
Yeah. Not all of us have figured out how to accept our pasts. Least of all, me.
Rinwell.
I get the pairings. Like, I get it. I really do. Xion is missing. But why is the question. I think it's time to change some outfits. Hold on. Alright, first off, that's gotta stay. I have no say in that matter. It's necessary. I think for her, the glass is... I think for her, the glasses go. Oh shit, what? If they didn't clip into the hood so hard, I actually wouldn't hate that. But it does clip very hard. The big ass mirror shades, holy shit. Fuck it. I guess there's no hairstyle that covers both ears, huh? I was kind of hoping there was. Damn, I actually do like the butterfly wings on her. That's weird. Yeah, simple is better, right? Simple is better. Hold on, let me see the butterfly wings on her. Right through the shield. Fantastic. The one-winged angel. I can't do it, it's too much. There's a merchant. Let's see what the merchant's up to. Time to forge. I have oh, wait. I was about to say I have nothing to forge. I have one thing to forge. Nice. Let's see. I've got all that shit. Don't need to worry about it. I've got some gels and treats and stuff. I don't think I need to go into that. So let's see about accessories. Freeze charm. Null freeze. Penetration plus 80% reduces resistance by 80%? Interesting. Fuck it, I don't want a menu right now. I'm just not going to.
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
Fucking like 20 minutes already into this game and I barely even played. And has been off the controller the majority of the time.
That's what we're going to climb?
The villagers managed it on their escape from the city. We're going in the opposite direction, but where there's a will...
There's always a way, right? And it looks like we're out of options. Let's grit our teeth and go. Is it just me, or does Rinwell suddenly seem much more comfortable around Dohalim than she used to?
I noticed that too. When the two of them came and found me together back on the beach, I could hardly believe my eyes.
It's not like we had a choice or anything. Law and Kisara had to hang back to convince the villagers we meant them no harm. More than that, though. There are a lot of things I've still got to come to terms with regarding Almadria. But I guess I'm through making snap judgments based on someone's origin. At least, I'm trying to be. I guess you could say it's a work in progress.
I see. You hear that, Law? Sounds like all that hard effort wasn't for nothing.
Yeah.
That's got to be reassuring to hear. Right, Dohalim?
Not being subjected to unwarranted suspicion is certainly welcome.
Yeah, that long-winded way you have of talking, though? Not so much a fan of that.
I think that's more of a personality thing than a Renin trait.
Really? In that case, I won't have to feel guilty getting annoyed by it.
I get to fight! This is the first fight I've done in like 2 weeks.
See what you've got.
Take this! Strike! How about
How the fuck you play this game?
Orochi's Fury!
Here goes! It's a duel of the arts!
Yo, that's a tidal wave. She's in the wrong spot. Hold on, I need to change their... Alright, they're resistant to water, it's good to know.
Light dance in the wind!
Piercing roll!
Air thrust!
Strike! This one's all mine!
Dance in the wind!
Here I come!
Air
Mirror
thrust!
escape! Lunar Rondo!
Oh shit, got it.
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! Now! Take this! Shockwave Flash!
Thanks so much!
Make it rain!
All yours, Kisara.
I got it.
Got what?
I can chop up vegetable scraps and use them in the seasonings.
Should've known that's what it was gonna be about.
I've come up with a new recipe. There we go. That'll work.
Crap. This injury hurts more than I thought. Shion, sorry, but could you...
Oh,
Oh. Right.
poor bastard. Oh, I don't remember my audio settings, so if like in-game or like in combat, if it's too loud, please let me know. I don't know exactly how to fix it, but I will try my best.
Do my best.
Exactly. Oh wait, wasn't I supposed to Dohalim or some shit? Fuck it!
Dirt! Here I come! Azure Storm!
Take this!
Alright, ground that bitch.
Now!
Demons descend! Flashing Fang!
Not a chance! Strike! I owe you one! Dazzle! You're mine!
Alright, also resistant to
Lunar Rondo!
I'm ready!
yeah, just spam Lunar Rondo 3 times. Oh, that one? Hell yes.
Wow. Look what I just found.
Dude, look at that heal though. Damn. That's a pretty good heal after battle. Alright, so we got some law punching coming up.
Go no further!
That's it. Up.
Smash you!
I'm knocked up!
Steal that.
Shockwave! Orochi's Fury!
Just back it out again! Lightning orb!
You picked the wrong fight!
Its armor's too strong.
It'll split it open!
I already cracked the armor. What are you talking about?
Sleep now!
You're finished!
Dance on the wind!
Shit.
Moth to the flame.
I ran out of business.
Shockwave Flash!
Lightning orb!
Shockwave Flash!
I'm ready!
Dohalim! In an instant! Impact Cross! We work
I
well
really
together.
like that one.
Like a finely timed waltz.
You're mine!
That one makes me happy.
Look sharp! It's over!
Arctic water
You're mine!
Rolling storm!
Shockwave Flash! I'm knocked up!
Now!
In an instant! Impact Cross!
Impact
We're a pretty
Cross!
lethal
You go full
combination,
anime with
aren't
this
we?
shit? I
What
love
can I
it.
say? I had a good partner.
I like that they reacted. They had post-battle conversation because the two of them ended it. That's a good touch. Oh, you can sprint up ladders. That's weird.
I've never stood so close to a waterfall like this before.
I bet it'd feel real
Dead end.
refreshing to take a shower underneath this water.
You're welcome to try, but that water pressure would likely crush you to a pulp.
What? Actually, that's really high up. Yeah, it would not feel pleasant.
No choice.
Stay calm. I shall provide assistance.
Shockwave Flash! Azure Storm!
They may look cute to some, but they're vicious.
You picked the wrong fight!
Tiger
Azure
Blade!
Storm!
Damn! What the fuck is happening?
I don't feel so good.
What?
Forgive me, darling.
Shockwave
Bestow thy mystic mercy.
You're finished!
All right, strike. Now where was I?
No! I got stuck in the air.
I'm ready.
Now, Frozen.
Hammer.
I don't remember how to play, and I got stuck in the air, spamming Lunar Rondo like an idiot.
More where that came from.
So I still had room to grow.
All right, this way we can get some good ore, hopefully. Nope. Air spam. What up, Rhino? How you doing today, buddy?
Little help.
This is a whole bunch of them. Steal them all! So I assume these things are weak to fire, which is a bitch because I don't have fire.
The enemy wields arcs too.
We'll soon see about that.
In an instant!
Impact
We
Cross!
work well together.
Finally timed lost.
Devastation!
Playing some Back for Blood. Well, you get early access to it?
Now,
Ridwell.
Frozen.
Hammer.
Now, take this!
Hurricane.
Shockwave Flash!
Lightning strike.
Rotating Fire!
There he goes.
Hold on to your
Steal it!
Here I come.
Seismic Rush!
I'm ready to draw. I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life.
Benediction
Not a
light.
chance!
This one's mine.
Art expert, come
Lightning
through.
meteor.
I'm ready!
Oh, I almost had it.
Here I come!
Magic is in.
Shockwave Flash!
Bracelet now. Frozen.
Hammer.
Oh yeah, I forgot that's what I'm supposed to be doing tomorrow with Colin. I don't know when we're doing that though. I haven't heard a fucking word from him. I just know that he wants to do it like all day or some shit. Some Back for Blood. So depending, I might be streaming that. I don't know one way or the other though. I'd have to hear from him. I had a lot of fun during the beta though, so I'm looking forward to it a lot.
Go no further.
Steal it!
You want me? Come get me.
Alright.
Can't get out of this.
Wait, that was the wrong move. This one. Crack it.
Bet that shell's hiding something tasty.
Icicle.
Here I come!
Here.
Back in their defenses.
Glad you have your uses. Frozen.
Hammer.
Wrong move. They're all resistant to it. Feels bad, dude.
All thanks to you.
You're finished! Elusive Fury! Elusive Beam!
Do it again.
Raging storm.
Look sharp.
I'm not done! Elusive Deity! Azure Storm! Orochi's Fury! It's showtime!
Rending you apart.
Bruh, I'm getting...
Enemy's arcs to me.
No complaints
There you
here.
go.
Negative gate.
I I need to start focusing again.
Frozen.
Hammer!
Why do I keep clicking right? That is the incorrect move.
With this, I can become even stronger.
Fuck, I gotta fix my controller. I need to do that after the stream today. Let's fix my controller. Elemandine Mass. Don't really remember what that's used for. Do I have crack?
This will be a delicious piece of cake.
Yes.
Smash you!
Light
You're
after
mine!
light.
I'm gone! Strike! Lightning meteor!
Simian cat. I shall seal you where you stand.
I'll take you all on!
No,
He thinks he's good.
Try harder! Not a chance!
Yo, the damage from that was really good.
Greenwell! Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis. You don't mess around. That's my cue.
Shut him down! You're finished!
Come on, I'm still good at this game. I may not have played him forever, but I'm still good.
This one's all mine!
Make it ready!
In an instant! Impact cross!
So because he can't do his fire techniques, all I'm getting is Impact Cross, huh?
Lightning strike!
Negative gate!
I feel like, shouldn't he be able to take Rinwell's thing, or no? Oh, and he can do Law, right?
This will be a delicious.
But I think Kisara's off limits.
Orochi's fury! Be careful!
I just kind of put in work on this one.
This one isn't normal! Shockwave Flash! You're mine!
God, I don't know what move that is, but jeez.
Now, Johalim!
All yours, Kisara!
We did it!
Magnificently done.
I'm not done!
Make it ready!
Demons descend! Flashing fang! Not a chance!
I'll face you!
Radiant
Does it
Storm.
hurt? Elusive deity!
Now.
Hitting fire driver!
Where is it? I lost it.
A comfortable win.
Some more Alamandine Mass. Nice.
I shall ensure you survive
Oh
this.
God.
Resonate with the earth through armor! Stalagmite!
That was good, I guess?
Eat dirt!
Steal the shit. Steal it.
Not on my watch.
Shockwave Flash!
No further!
Johalim!
All yours, Kisara!
We did it!
Magnificently done.
Stop me! Eat dirt!
Remind me to stay on your good side.
Orochi's fury!
Raging Lunar Storm!
Dance in the wind.
And bap. Oh no, I fucked up. I need to take Howling Azure Storm off. And then he comes out of nowhere.
Magic is in.
Orochi's fury!
Dance in the wind.
Shockwave Flash!
Bro, what the fuck is happening over there? What are they doing? Kisara, please.
Shockwave Flash!
Now.
Johalim! In an instant! Impact cross!
Well, that's one way to end it.
Hey, Poodle's quivering. I think we're about to be real lucky.
What does that mean? Hoodle's quivering? Does Hoodle quiver often? Damn! Good defense.
Oh, this looks nice and tough.
Ah, chain is maxed. I need to continue! Chain, be gone! Oh well. Dude, you have no idea how much I want the Blazing Sword back. Holy shit. Let me switch off Howling Azure Storm, since everything here is strong to water. Are any of these good? I guess I could do like Dragon Swarm or some shit, since it has a low count. It's fine, chains are overrated. I mean, they're absolutely not, but I'd like to pretend they are. You boulder punching freak! A cape that amasses Earth astral energy. The divine blessing bestowed upon it affords it a level of defense no ordinary cape could achieve.
How much farther?
I don't think we're even halfway there yet. Hang in there.
Oh, Jesus.
Not even halfway? Are you serious?
That's no reason to give up now.
Let's see what you've got.
Steal it all. I love she instantly got that shit back. We're all split up. I need to not be split up. Where's my Sarah? Sarah's just over here chilling. So there it is. Why do I keep clicking right? I think I lose grade because of that. At least you would in the old games, right?
You attack without mercy.
Because I can't afford to hesitate.
Not against the worthy opponent.
Steal that one too.
Frozen.
No, and now I clicked left. Ugh. Well, it's dead. Brakes are important when hiking.
Looks like we got them all.
Legs do a thing. I saw once upon a time about some dude in California whose legs, his body did not produce
the water's edge,
the chemical to make
for a moment.
you feel
One
like your legs are
Ganeth
dying
Harrows.
when you run.
I hate to break it to you, man.
I forget what it's
but
called.
You're saying isn't
Lactic
deep at
acid,
all.
I think. His body just didn't produce it, so he could run forever. He could just go. His muscles would never get sore. That's apparently he enjoyed moving so much that he would actively run from like the southern end from of California to the northern, just like to do it. Because he was like, why the fuck not? So he would, whenever he had free time, he would just run. Wind damage, decreased aggro, L. What is Glutton for Battle? Isn't that more damage to more people? Or more enemies? That's pretty good. That's a really good one, though. The wind damage, decreased L is very good on Rinwell. Time to spam! There it is. Enhance.
I
don't even know what she has on. Penetration 120, elemental attack plus 15%. The decreased aggro though. Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. Do I just turn off all arts that aren't wind now? I definitely turn off the water arts. I should have done that to begin with. So you know in the old games you would lose grade for
Like to check
hitting
their
an enemy
wares,
with
if
a
you don't
resistant
mind.
element? You think that's a thing in this game? Because wouldn't it be kind of annoying to steal a water enemy's spread and then use it back on them just to lose grade for it. Unrelated, I'm convinced Inti Creates has a burning hatred that rivals the sun for iframes. Do they just not use iframes in their games? Some companies don't do that. Like, a game philosophy does not rely on iframes, which is kind of interesting.
What is this place?
Careful. We've got company.
Doesn't look like we're getting past without a fight.
Watch your feet.
Okay.
Fall from here and it's curtains.
I hope that's not a mechanic. Marry a fade.
We're just trying to get past. Get out of our way.
Ow.
All that thing sees is a talking meal.
Then let's show it how wrong it is. Is it trying to stop us?
Was that water, by the way, dealing extra damage? I'm gonna check.
More for the stockpile. Not on my watch.
Whoops, wrong move.
Exploit the enemy's weakness.
All right. Earth?
Air thrust. Photon, lightning condense.
Can't really tell. It's Earth.
Lightning
Shockwave flash! Eat dirt!
Dance in the wind. In here.
Lion power.
Shockwave flash! I'm not done!
No!
How about this?
Heal! Shockwave flash!
Heal!
I can do this all day. Dance in the wind.
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Ah,
I'll leave it to you!
I forgot Kisara even had a move like that.
Sleep now. More for the stockpile.
Tornado drive.
Is Dohalim just not gonna heal? I mean,
Here goes.
Bestow thy
Divine.
mystic mercy.
Dirty much scandal.
Very circle.
What would
there it is.
It is. Can't ignore your pain.
I'll try to be more careful.
Celestial runner.
No escape!
Face you.
Lightning meteor.
Razor sight.
You know, hold on one second. I actually have a different art for this. I don't think Eternal Devastation is good, but I'll try it, just for the sake of...
Igneous discharge. Denied.
That ain't it. I don't have Shion to knock out of the sky.
Its wings are lighting up.
Punch?
It's getting ready to attack.
Dance in the wind. Air thrust.
Alright.
Such tremendous power.
Don't face it head on.
Shockwave
I'll
flash!
face you.
Hurricane strike.
Use its weak point to take it down.
All together, everyone.
Soaring blast.
Eat dirt!
Hurricane strike. Lightning strike.
Shockwave flash!
Oh yeah, fucking this move.
Here I come! Shockwave flash!
Ground and pound.
That wasn't bad. That thing stayed down for a while, which is pretty surprising.
In here, it looks like you got this one covered. Oh, magic is amp. Sealed.
Snake of the abyss.
Going in.
Bap, 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 bap.
Another incantation ruined.
Now.
Devastation! In an instant! Impact claw!
Bestow thy
Take
mystic
this.
mercy.
Shield and mace.
Eternal devastation!
Alright, Eternal Devastation is really good
I'm merely doing
against the
what I
big
can.
enemy.
Glad you're on our
Ow!
Benediction light.
Dance in the wind. Air thrust.
Benediction
Jill,
light.
your art.
Heal.
You require a hand.
Denied.
Forgive me.
I died for that. I died for that. Oh, it feels bad, man.
Air thrust. Dance in the wind.
Shockwave flash!
Sleep
Eternal
now.
devastation!
This'll come in handy.
Is this it?
I died for that too. Oh no.
Not done
From
yet!
beyond, imbue this soul with life. Resuscitation.
Everything's going poorly.
Benediction light.
Gonna smart.
Heal.
Now I can let loose!
Photon, lightning
this.
condense.
Flaming meteor.
Eternal devastation! Shockwave flash!
Okay,
Bestow thy mystic mercy.
yeah, I was gonna say, Dohalim, I know you're having a good time. Please use Fairy Circle.
May 1,000 gales.
How about this?
Shockwave flash!
Raging lunar
Shockwave
storm.
Let's keep up the pressure.
You picked the wrong
Kisara,
Mystic mercy.
would you block like a normal person?
Armor won't save you.
This one is almost in the bag.
We're not done yet. Just falling back.
Then it's time for you to do what you do best. Dance in the wind. Air thrust.
Why is he hit so hard?
Answers to me.
Oh, baited nerd.
Air thrust. Dance in the
Denied.
wind.
Try harder.
Not a chance.
Hang fight. Look sharp.
Oh, yeah.
Eat dirt.
Crescent moon.
Vanquish giant.
No further.
Shattering blade. Pieces.
Oh, that delayed ass hit. Ah, I'm spamming.
Dance in the wind.
On guard.
Sleep now. I'll take it.
All right, 3 of those. This feels like I'm fighting a Kutku.
Stay away from
The
my
Holy,
friend.
why are you dead?
Hurricane strike.
This really does feel like I'm fighting a Kutku, though.
Dance in
Armor
the
won't
wind.
save you. This
Air thrust.
Or like a Garuga or something.
I can handle it.
Light astral letter. Dance in the wind. Air
Eternal
thrust.
devastation.
Going in.
Shockwave
Astral
flash.
lightning condemned.
Eternal devastation.
Snappy.
Why are they dead?
Wind. Air thrust.
It's on.
Dance in the wind.
I need to hit it. Come down.
Now.
Look sharp. Lightning Tiger Blade.
I mean, it did the triple ball spit thing. It did the pecking. It was a Kutku.
With fauna like that, I'm impressed so many people from Thistleum made it through here alive.
Who's to say there weren't a whole lot more of them who didn't?
Well, at any rate, it should be a safer climb now that we've cleared the way a bit, right?
No. So long as people feel the need to face terrain this perilous, I'd say true safety's some way off.
You mean defeating Volron and putting an end to the crown contest, right?
So dramatic.
I guess that would be the best solution here, huh?
We've wasted enough time here already.
It wasn't negative.
Get going. Shion needs us.
I'll take it. I didn't go into the negatives. I call that a win.
How are we still not there yet? It feels like we've been climbing this mountain forever.
It helps if you try not to look up or down. All you need is silent determination. Talking too much will only waste energy and burn you out.
I'm too tired to look up or down, even if I wanted to.
Take care you don't fall, at least. Unless you want to make a Zoogel's day, that is.
Zoogles? Why would they care if I fell or not?
How would you feel if a 3-course meal fell right out of the sky at your feet?
Zoogle chow.
Law? Best not to listen to him if you can help it. You'll only be encouraging him if you do.
Tell me that before I listen next time.
Still, Dohalim has a point. One wrong step and it's curtains.
Wouldn't it be great if we could all fly like Hootle? I bet even the refugees who didn't make it would have made it to Thistleum that way.
Until we magically sprout wings, let's just watch where we're stepping instead, okay? Come on. Shion's waiting for us.
Bird orb. I am no Borb. Yeah, we got some more. There's a little pathway to the left here. Yeah, silver chunks of money. Yeah, fuck it.
Let's see what you
So
got.
what are these? These are supposed to be gremlins riding a rock or something?
Not on my watch!
Dude, that move does not work on... You have to correctly pace yourself.
You picked the wrong fight.
Frozen!
Hammer.
Nicely done!
I shall ensure you survive this.
Dance in the wind! Leave the enemy's arms to me!
Milky place here.
Oh, it reset? But why?
Raging storm!
Going in.
But why?
Vanquish darkness!
Soaring.
feels fucking bad, man.
In an instant! Impact Claw!
There we go.
Is every shield you own that big?
Here, you want to try holding it?
Ugh. How do you even walk with this thing?
See, I feel like if they made it to where you hit an enemy with its resistant element, you lose score. Sometimes you just can't control it, right? I click right on the D-pad to do a finisher with Rinwell, and then it does Frozen Hammer, and it resists the damage. That would feel bad, man. This way, I guess.
Hey!
Are you insane? What the hell were you thinking? I thought we were gonna die!
One simply needs to be bold and act with conviction in times such as these.
Did you know it was gonna be safe before you jumped? Because I sure didn't.
What are you, a lemming?
More or less.
Just
I
follow
figured
everyone
there would
else?
likely be a basin here akin to most such waterfalls.
Don't just make people jump off cliffs on a hunch.
Who just follows a dude off a cliff? I'm telling you right now, if I see someone jumping off a cliff, I ain't following that shit. What are we, walking hand in hand? I swear this whole team is a bunch of lemmings.
Are we ever gonna finish climbing this ladder?
We're climbing a considerable height. It's only natural that it will take some time.
That's not the problem here.
We are getting closer to the top, aren't we?
You've just got to keep your spirits up, Rinwell. Positive thinking is everything.
Someone did, in fact, build this ladder, yes.
We finally reached the top.
My limbs feel like they're about to fall off.
Already? You kids need to train more.
She's right. We don't have time to catch our breath.
We gotta fight some
That's far enough!
viscous mass. Steal it all.
Dreams.
I should team up with other people to hit things appropriately.
Stay calm.
No, it reset! I wanted Raining Slash! Give it back!
That's my cue.
Shut him down.
I'm ready! Don't leave! In an instant! Impact Claw!
We work well together.
Like a finely timed
Meshi going head first down the waterfall? But why?
Orochi's Fury!
Get your ass back here, nerd!
Here I come! Orochi's Fury!
It's kinda cool.
I'm ready! Shockwave! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! On your mount!
Oh, that thing almost died to it.
I feel sprightlier than before.
Sprightlier? Come on, stop being so dramatic, the sweet release of death. All you gotta do is climb a mountain. Just climb a mountain, you'll feel better. About pretty much everything. Yo, what up?
I'll do my best!
You're mine! Shockwave Flash!
Steal it. I guess we're killing the mage first. What if death is just another life?
Damn it!
The enemy wills us too.
It's Life 2, the sequel.
In an instant! Impact Claw!
We work well together.
Like a finely timed waltz.
You're mine! Shockwave Flash!
Whoops. Dude, Shockwave Slash is so easy to fucking
Shockwave Flash!
to spam by accident.
Take this! Catapult!
Igneous discharge!
Devastation!
Dude, you want to trigger my fucking...
Crush! Lock!
It's not triggering the Mystic. Why?
Lightning Tiger Blade!
How much longer will our healing arts last?
You've collected an awful lot of those objects. You sure it's not just
Hush. Be quiet for a moment.
Oh, you need the
pieces
sword for the
speak to
Mystic.
me.
Back!
What?
These relics that have scattered about, I can hear them whispering, longing to reunite with their lost friends and become one again.
Really? Do you hear any voices coming from them, Rinwell?
What? No! Don't get me wrong. I'm really interested in these things too, but I'm not crazy.
But don't you sometimes mutter stuff like, "Come to me, astral energy," when you cast your arts?
You're right. Oh my gosh. Are Dohalim and I actually alike?
Its charm really shines through now that it's been reassembled. Its streamlined shape, its geometric patterns. This is no mere amateur's work.
He's in his own little world at this point.
You get just like him when it comes to weapons, you know.
You're right. Oh my gosh. Am I just like Dohalim?
Huh? Why are you guys so quiet all of a sudden?
How to kill two
I
birds with
sense a
one
strange
stone.
power from this.
I don't know what that is, but I'm glad to have helped, Tinker. Mission accomplished? What do they do? Is that an artifact? I have no fucking clue. I'll check it out in a sec. The Land of Water. Oh, sorry. Land of Naught. Ganatheros. Isn't this the Zora
We
domain?
did it. We've reached the top of the mountain.
About damn time. My knees are singing symphonies over here.
Look, there it is.
That's it. That's Pelegion, the seat of Volron's power.
So that's where Shion's being held?
Most likely.
Most likely.
That is what I said, yes.
Pelagian's still our best lead. So that's where we go, right?
Any advice before we head in there?
No.
No?
In the ancient tongue, Ganatheros means Fortress of Naught, though I fail to see what insight that nugget of trivia holds.
I guess I just thought you might have something we could use.
Since Volron became Lord, the only thing this realm has been known for is its shroud of secrecy. It is Volron's stronghold. All else is incidental. Just keep in mind that you can't be too careful inside.
Speaking of which, just how are all of us planning to get inside exactly?
It's not like there are any secret passages.
We've come this far. If there's no other way in, I guess we'll just have to use the front gate. Volron told us to come find him, which means he's expecting us. Let's do this the old-fashioned way.
Land of Water or no, this place has a most curious atmosphere.
I'd be taking a dip in it if the circumstances were better.
Sorry, but we have to push through for now. Shion is waiting.
Yeah, I hear ya. A soak can wait.
I sure hope nothing bad's happened to Shion.
Keep those thoughts to yourself, Rinwell. Everyone's anxious enough as it is.
Sorry. It's just... I can't seem to stop thinking about it. What do you think it is that Volron wanted with her anyway?
I'm telling you, I watched Sword Art. I know
Going by
how
what he
this
said
ends.
back on Almadria's ship,
Kirito
it would
kills a
appear
man.
His primary target is Alphen. Though, it's likely he hasn't forgotten the blow he sustained at Shion's hand either. That might even be what ignited his interest.
Yeah, did you see the way he reacted? It was like he was enjoying every moment. Even his pain at Shion's thorns. Oh, that guy's just creepy.
Let's just hope he's keeping his perverted tendencies in check.
What? Law? Don't say things like that.
It's not like we weren't all thinking it.
That's still no reason to...
All right, you two. Now that's enough already. Alphen shouldn't have to grit his teeth while he listens to you.
Oh.
Sorry.
See, in Tales of Arise, in Sword Art, it was 2 years. Here we have 300 years. Right? That's an upgrade, right? Bruh. I like the counterattack damage, and the earth damage is quite nice. Like, that builds quite well for Alphen right now. Oh, check them drums. That's right. Thank you. Somehow I already fucking forgot. Down damage, freeze resistance, elemental attack, and counterattack damage. Oh, fuck. All new armor. Would you like to purchase? Yes. Just to have it. Very important. I think I need some life bottle replacements. I'm gonna buy a treat because I've got a little extra cash. Money is a constant and ongoing issue. Not really, I'm having a good time. Let's see, the Radiant Light Part 2, here we go, enhances light arts, neat. Revised Flashbang. Refined Petrum. Alright, cool. Have you found any 3-star fish? I don't think so. I think I have everything. Whatever, I'll just a whole bunch of sheep. Fuck it.
Did we really just spend that much money?
Yeah. Alright, items. Nope. Field guide, artifacts. Let's see. The Blade of Sealing, a massive sword with a separate blue blade lodged deep within. These twin relics seem to hint at a very profound mystery. I don't know why, but looking at them like this reminds me of the tavern artifacts from Final Fantasy Tactics. Combat point boost. Pair of tangerine and teal percussion instruments, lovingly named Don Katsu. Blade of Sealing? Dude, you'd have to check the VODs. I have no fucking clue where I got this shit. And the quivering candles. A handful of candles, flames a sway. When their light expires, so too will the life of the warrior who seeks the divine artifact. Yeah, I have no fucking clue where I got any of this. Speaking of side quests, does anyone know when that guy gets his clothes?
I swear I've seen that castle somewhere before. Right. I remember seeing it from the cliffs in Calaglia, across the sea.
You mean Volron's castle?
Yeah, that must have been it.
Geographically, it would make sense. It's most certainly large enough to be seen from afar.
Back then, I had Shion and Zephyr with me.
Well, we haven't lost Shion. We can still get her back, you know.
That's right.
I can get it back!
I won't let Volron take her away from us.
Not yet. Feels fucking bad. More heal.
Looks perfect and tastes just as good.
Dohalim, care if I hang out for a while? I wanted to ask you something.
I'm all ears.
How much contact did you have with the other lords back in the day?
I only saw or exchanged words with them on a handful of occasions. Not that I was particularly keen on even that much.
Almadria made it sound like the two of you had some kind of history together.
She was like that with all of the lords, not just me. She was always interested in who she could use, who had value for her own ends. Having said that, she wasn't quite so brazen back when we were still in Lenegus. In a sense, she may have been a victim of the crown contest as well.
Almadria? A victim?
To a Renin, there is no greater honor in life than being chosen to serve as a lord, let alone to go on and become the next sovereign. We are taught that from the day we leave the womb. There are few Renins who wouldn't be ecstatic at the prospect of ascending to lordship.
You were like that though, right? You've always struck me as a more grounded guy.
No sane Renin would ever dare admit that their interests lie in anything but power and prestige, even if they feel so in their heart of hearts.
The more you talk about it, the more it seems like the crown contest is nothing but misery for Renins, too.
Which is why I seek to end it. Not that I imagine Danins such as Rinwell are all that interested in hearing tales of woe such as mine. We'd best get ready for tomorrow.
Oh, woe is me. Everything is bad. My people are mad at each other and always constantly lie to their own heart.
Shall we get moving?
Meanwhile, Alphen's out here, literally a slave.
I don't want
for
Shion to get
years.
mad at us for dragging our feet.
Alphen?
She's the one that's kept us on track. Picked me up when I was down.
Sure.
I just thought she'd always be there.
Alright, we got wolves, we got... Come here, bitch. I got plans for you.
I'll do my best.
Expert coming through!
You're mine! I'm not done! Shockwave captivity!
These ones can run rings around us!
Shockwave flash!
Radiant
Rotating fire!
Over here, baby.
Take this!
In here!
Crush! I'm not done!
Ah, raining slash is so good.
We work well together.
Like a finely timed walk.
It's really easy to spam.
In an instant! Impact cross!
To spam shockwave slash.
To achieve such harmony.
Takes a singular will.
Flatfish. Ah, yes, Stunfisk. Our favorite Pokemon, the fish. Everyone loves fish, right, boys? They're the best Pokemon. When you go down into the Pokemon world, you're like, man, I can't wait to go find some fucking fish. There we go. Oh, won't let me out there? Fuck. Oh, I wanted to see whether I'd call it a 3-star. I doubt I have, but... Nope.
Little help!
Armor won't save you!
What? I only got one of them.
I'm not done!
I'll face you!
Tiger Blade!
Whoa! Hey!
I'm ready!
Law! I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life!
On your
Hold on
case.
to your art. Here I come!
You picked the wrong fight!
I'll bash in there to
Whoa!
Glad you have your uses.
I'll show you how useful I can be!
Now!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! Now!
Dance
Move
in the
around
Should be a
him!
bit
Ah, the shock.
Devastation! Shockwave flash!
Now!
No escape!
Do it again.
Instant! Impact cross!
Together, there is nothing that can stop us.
Indeed. As one, we are unrivaled.
And that is our greatest strength.
Yeah, not using Shion for not so obvious reasons. No character change today either, boys. Though if you feel like seeing a character, I'll switch to the first one I see in chat. Up to you guys, though. I don't really care. Oh, shit, fish. Yeah, otherwise I'll probably just keep playing Alphen. I don't really care. I don't want to fight these things anymore. Dohalim. I don't think I've played him on stream yet, have I? I don't really know. Does he have good things? Execution. Oh, that's that beam. Okay. Rotating pile driver and... we'll do that. Use his combos. What does that even mean? Yeah, but what about spells? Like, he has Bloody Howling and Execution. The dude's got spells. Also, this means I have to heal, right? I don't like that so much. Shit. Irritating pile driver, Eagle Rage, Soaring Blast. You have a recommendation for useful arts? Because I don't want to go through all these. Actually, he doesn't have too many arts. He has a whole bunch of, like, this shit. Let's see, I'll do Seismic Rupture, Raging Lunastorm. This will be Fairy Circle. Elusive Deity is an easy way to get elemental damage. I definitely feel like he's all elemental. Like, I'm pretty sure that's the case, right? Actually, he's kinda split. Which is a little surprising. But that leads me to slapping in, like, Solitary Captivity. Dohalim, well, no, that's also a thing. His spin moves are awesome. Which ones are spin moves? I don't put support / heals on buttons, so I don't know. I don't want to go through the menu to click Fairy Circle. It sounds like ass. Throws a whirling rod, a spinning jump, and unleashes a barrage of strikes. It's probably good, right? Just heal after combat. I don't have Shion to slap in this party. I'm the dedicated healer. Oh, I need to, Otherwise, I would make Shion heal. But she ain't here. So Dohalim the only one with healing skills.
Never a dull moment on this journey.
Coming through.
That was habit because I never used Dohalim.
Your reflexes will not serve you well here.
Fuck. How do I do anything? Where am I?
Take this. Swallow dance.
Yeesh.
How's everything on your end?
Quiet. Well, right after I silenced them.
Oh, Kisara, you're so dependable.
Dazzling spin!
Take this!
Do it!
It's pretty methodical.
All yours, Kisara.
His
No
combat
complaints from
style
me.
does seem significantly more, like, patient than other people's. Well, I have played as him before. Like, Alphen, I feel like I'm just mashing buttons and it works. With him, I feel like I need to wait. Do not mash. Mash bad. I don't know whether that's true, but that's just how it feels.
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
Carve through armor!
On guard!
Ha!
Seal!
Grind you with a shot.
Let's get you all tucked away!
Hurricane fire! I'll finish you here and now!
Penumbra! All good
Alright,
deeds.
it's showtime!
Now or never. Rotating pile driver.
Thunderblade!
Rotating pile driver!
Require complete focus!
Can you take it?
Make it right!
Rage Winwell. Light burst forth.
Radiant Genesis! You don't mess around!
Ha!
On guard!
Certainly not. Begin. Raging Luna Storm.
Do it!
Kisara. All yours, Kisara.
It does feel good when he gets going.
Lady Fortune must truly be watching over me.
I mean, I imagine it feels like ass when he gets interrupted. Come on, I want to fight with the bonus. Give me the bonus.
No backing down! I can carve through armor!
You want me? Come get me!
Charge like that can easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here
What?
to go!
Raging Luna Storm. In a bind.
Crescent Moon!
Talon Hurricane!
How do you like being pounded into shape?
I'm just getting started!
Fuck. I'm really trying for this. I'm really trying for this. I keep getting like animation locked and shit. Blah, blah, blah.
Denied!
Get on in there
I'll
with the
face
others!
you.
Alright.
Light astral energy!
Now it's mine. In your face. Bestow thy
Their
mystic
arts were interrupted!
Bestow thy mystic mercy.
Jesus.
Do it!
Why is Kisara dead?
Very circle. I really
Deep with darkness!
Rip and tear! Watch it! Dragon shout!
I see you.
You have such an incredible technique!
Brute force is nothing without elegance of form.
I don't know if I'd say nothing.
Grind you into dust!
Raging Luna Storm.
Hit!
Nice.
Grinwell. Light burst forth.
Radiant Genesis!
My exploits are bearing fruit.
I mean, I was trying. Nothing was working, but I was certainly trying. Fuck it, peach gels. I got extras. And combo dead. Game was not happy with that performance, and I understand why. A man getting addicted to peach gel? I feel like peach would be the worst. I'm not a huge fan of peach as a flavor. Stick lure. I'm a big citrus fan, you know, oranges, lemons, mandarins, and shit like that, so. Peach is. It's like peach and banana. I don't know how people do banana flavored candy. That shit is disgusting to me.
It's on! Now you see what I can
Punch!
Seismic riptide. In a bind.
do! Watch it!
Not today!
Begin.
I'll take out the legs with my shield.
Dance in the wind! Sleep now!
Penumbra.
I like Penumbra.
Seismic rupture! This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for.
Holy shit, lol! Just carry him across the goddamn stage.
Acceptable.
Hurricane Light!
Raging Luna Storm!
Plenty left!
Penumbra!
This will take this! Did you see this coming?
Sadistic Descent? Nice name.
Say! Ha! Blow them away! I'll face you.
Damn it.
Can you take it? Raging Luna Storm! I'm on! Your
Lightning curve! Now!
More!
Hey! Ha! Blow them away!
This calls for a celebratory drink.
Law combos feel real good, but so easy to get interrupted. You need more of that resistance, son. Sanyano. Let's see it this way. Zephyr, deceased. I gave Law Uber penetration, so he's a crit machine. Also, it reduces his resistance by 80%. Yeah, and you wonder why he gets interrupted. Extremes are bad. Fast travel point. Seems like a boss fight, right? How is this not a boss fight? I'm gonna come back here for a boss fight. It's gonna be a thing.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
1,110 penetration. That'll do it.
Go no further!
I'll grind you into dust! Hurricane!
Dear throbbing pain.
Natural energy!
Raging what?
Look sharp! Lightning condemned!
Raging Luna Storm!
Blade!
Tempest! Talon Hurricane! Down on the ground! Not today! Ha!
Eat this!
Seismic rupture! Raging Luna Storm! Rinwell!
There we go.
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis! You don't mess around!
I'll face you! Watch this!
Certainly not.
Glimmer Dragon! I'll grind you into dust! Eagle Assault!
I like that move the most. That Earth move right there is my favorite.
Yeah! And the pummel is to me! Seismic rupture!
I really like that move.
Raging Luna Storm!
Oops.
Do you require a hand? Seismic rupture!
Well, looky here!
I would say that trade-off is not worth, but that's just me. Unless the AI was playing him or something like that, because AI can control some of these nerds better than I can. So if that was the case, it's a little different. Fish! Nice.
No backing down! Can't get out of this! I'll face
Hurricane Strike!
Lightning orb!
Lightning Strike!
I'm on!
Lightning
Bestow thy
condemned!
Oh shit, whoops. Wrong move.
I'll face you! In the group! Elusive deity! Dust to dust!
Ow.
Begin! I'll grind you into dust!
Natural energy!
Now Raging Luna Storm! I'll grind you into dust!
I didn't even get to have my turn.
History abounds with tales of Lord's daring exploits.
Maybe you'll share some with me.
Spin!
Demon Lash! Swallow down!
I gotta see that hit.
No dawn shall break this
Not
night.
bad. I mean, it was a crit, but
Risen Tear! Can you take it? Eagle Assault! Raging Luna Storm!
how did you end up facing that way, nerd?
Ha! Seismic Rupture!
This calls for a celebratory drink.
I swear, Kisara's trying to eat my CP. Who taught her how to block?
Discourteous,
Oh shit, here we
aren't you?
go.
Can't get out of this! Talon Storm!
Hurricane
I'll
Strike!
grind you into dust!
Lightning Strike!
down on the camera. Win!
Lightning condensed!
Soaring blast!
Thunderblade! Hurricane
Seismic rupture! Raging Luna storm!
Hurricane
I'll grind you into dust! Raging what? Look sharp! Getting started!
Everyone else, we're all fighting different targets. Law, where the fuck are you?
Talon hurricane! Seismic rupture! Raging Luna storm!
See what happened there as you crossed me. Shouldn't have done that.
Seismic rupture!
Death! Now I'm in the
Jesus,
groove.
Law, calm down.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Begin.
I was about to say, I haven't heard Kisara in a bit. Is she dead?
Sleep now.
All in order.
More for the stop
Eagle
sign.
Seismic
assault!
rupture!
Raging storm!
Whoa!
Let's go!
Seismic rupture!
Eagle
Raging Luna storm!
Raging storm!
Take down on the ground!
Celestial hammer!
Talon storm!
I'll grind you into dust!
Help me out with this shit game.
Rotating pile driver!
Thunder field!
Elusive deity!
Dance in the wind!
Dragon shout!
I don't think I like either of his aerial, like, go into air attacks very much.
Magic is Sam!
First strike!
Sleep now.
I'll face you!
Get on in there with the
Eagle
others.
Tornado drive!
Just make it rain!
With this, I can become even stronger.
So many who's.
Maybe something's going on in the forest.
Maybe. I haven't checked there since like 19 or something. But yeah, honest to God, both of his go into aerial moves feel kind of bad. Penumbra and Tornado. No, those aren't the two. Penumbra and Elusive Deity. Penumbra worse, I think, just because it's a. Well, it moves into the enemy, which is nice. But the slam attack is not that accurate to where he moves to. And Elusive Deity, he throws his staff forward, which knocks them away, and then pulls them back with the rod coming back to him. But that is prone to missing, it seems. Which means they just get knocked away and he's in the air. Which also does not feel that good. Whew. Ooh, fishing.
There's something in the water.
I'll do a little bit of fishing. Just a little bit, a little bit.
You're still not done fishing yet?
Bitch, I just started, Law.
Boring.
You need patience to fish.
Ha!
Oh.
Oh, I lost this fish. Or did I? What's up with the ridiculous music, though? Fuck! What's wrong with me? Fish get.
Anybody could reel in that.
That went pretty well.
That was some dramatic-ass fishing music.
There we go.
Ah! Rip.
Daggnabbit, it got away. All right.
All right, starting strong. All right, we're doing good. I don't know what kind of fish this is, but we're doing. This is easy. If you open up the change lure menu, it tells you which fish are there, which you've caught, and
Well,
which you'd
that
like.
wasn't much of a challenge.
Or and what
sure
they
know what you're doing.
like when trying to hook. Ah. Y and X. Do I have something for a cobalt trout? I have a talc
what do you
trout.
think about that spot?
Good idea. I'll go for that one.
Love to tilapia. Yeah, fuck it. Celestial whale.
I've got something.
Yeah, I was ready for that one, bitch. Come on, reel. Nice.
Looks like I hooked a pretty rare fish.
I love to
Wow, what an
tilapia.
awesome
Look
fish
at
you
that.
caught.
Yeah, if the 3-star in this are anything like the rare fish in 15, it's a whole fucking experience. Trying to catch like a jade gar in 15 is like this 10-minute harrowing ass fight.
Wouldn't it be
Of
easier
fighting
to simply use
and
astral arts to
dying.
catch the fish and be done with it?
That misses the whole point of going out to fish.
Oh shit, I didn't see it. Actually, you know what? I'm just
Okay,
gonna collect.
Change of plans.
A and X.
There we go.
It's not that bad? Well, it should be that bad. Come on, baby. That's the ultimate fish in that game is legit like this 15-minute fight. It's
Looks
ridiculous.
like I hooked a pretty rare fish.
So what's it to be? Grilled or broiled?
Lesa piraluku. Not bad. So I have an arowana and a cobalt trout, and I don't know. I have nothing for a cobalt trout, but there's a chance that I could find it anyway, and I have a love to.
Everything looks fine with the lure.
Nothing
All right,
for the.
Let's do this.
Yeah, I'll be done here then. Yo, now that's a splurch. That was a heck of a splurge, too. A healing pebble? Why do I feel like there's some shit over here? Oh, baby. Them Zora rich. Alright, I think we can progress into town, huh?
You guys want to rest here?
I guess I can. Not really, though. Alright, we're all good on that. I'm still doing good on the money thing. Fishing gave me a little extra spending dosh. I'm gonna skip this. Let's go.
We're almost there, guys. Don't let your guard down.
Oh, this really is the
I'm
Zora.
excited just thinking about us barging through the front gate.
Are we gonna have to fight a giant elephant? How is this not the Zora Castle or whatever from Breath of the Wild?
Ho! Are you Alphen and his companions?
Why would you think that?
You are the only one scheduled to arrive, and there are no unscheduled arrivals in Ganeth Haros. So I'll ask again, are you Alphen and his companions?
We are.
Then pass. Lord Volron is expecting you at Castle Delpharis.
He gonna regret this decision. Here's something I never really understood about contemporary and sci-fi fantasy RPGs.
Suppose it's rather nice of them to roll out the red carpet for us.
Why is there always this mix of swords and guns? Why would anyone use a sword when gun? I think Final Fantasy VII was the first time that ever like happened, and I just kind of looked at it like, what?
What do we do now?
Let's see how things look around the city first. Then we'll make our way to the castle.
Because, like, in Final Fantasy VII, you start with Cloud, right? Like, Barrett's got a gun. It makes sense. But Cloud's just running around with this big-ass sword. And then you run into a Shinra guy who just unloads a whole-ass magazine on your character. That's just what he does. And Cloud's just like, oh, no, my bones. Why the pellets? Oh, no, the BBs. I mean, it's video games, that's why. It's just, I don't know. It was a thing 20 years ago and it's a thing today, and I feel like it's getting harder for me to separate it.
Not a slave in sight. Where is everyone? There aren't even any soldiers.
Something feels off. I don't like it.
Like the fact that the enemy could ambush us at any moment? Yeah, not crazy about that either.
No, not that. Something else.
That must be Volron's castle up ahead. I suppose we just walk right up to it then?
That's what the guard from before said. Now, if we only knew where they were keeping Shion, we could try to...
That's it!
Hmm?
That weird feeling. It's not just that the city is empty. It feels like no one lives here at all.
Did they all get
Now that you
gooed?
mention it, it does feel strangely artificial. Think maybe it's a district just for the Renans alone?
With all this open space, seems unlikely.
Huh?
Also, what up, particulars? All hail the Forest King. Yeah, this is number 5.
Hey! You guys! What's going on? What was that about? They were Danins, right?
That wasn't normal. Wait, you don't think it could have been the fruit of Helgen, do you?
No, they seem too docile. What about astral energy? Could you sense any coming from them?
No, and I'm pretty sure I could tell if it was. If not that, though, then what?
Speaking of which, it didn't look like there was anyone guarding them either.
Mind control.
They were headed for the castle.
Lord of the Castle. It should just be like Hoodle's great-grandfather or something.
I get what you mean. It didn't feel like those folks are just commuting to work.
The waterway they're floating on appears to lead to Del Faris Castle. If we follow it, we may learn more about what's taking place here.
Skit time!
Any ideas what the deal was with that boatload of weirdos?
Your guess is as good as mine. They looked like Danan's slaves, but beyond that...
This city is grander and more beautiful than any other we've been to, yet...
I know what you mean. From the architecture right down to the people, something feels off somehow.
I've long maintained one can glean a lot about a ruler from their city. Considering how unsettling this place is, I'd say I wasn't far off the mark. Despite its surface layer of majesty, walking around inside, it feels more like a hollowed-out ruin.
I say we follow after that boat. If we're lucky, they might be in the mood to give us some answers.
Where is Shion? Reticularis, have you ever seen the first season of Sword Art Online? Or Guilty Crown? Either of those work.
This place gives me the creeps.
La, your legs are shaking.
They're like the same
What?
thing.
Liar!
Just kidding.
Alright, up we go.
You...
I've seen ghost towns that were more alive than this city. Where the hell did all the Danans and Renans go? Shion.
I mean, you had to have seen the anime for the reference to make sense. That's just how it is. It is identical, though, so just know that. I mentioned before, Guilty Crown
There's
had...
nobody here either. Looks like the only building up ahead is the castle.
It had this exact scenario. I mean, I would say this is even more Guilty Crown than it is Sword Art Online, but it's so close to both of them that really, who cares? A distinction, why? I would not recommend watching either of those.
No good.
I do not feel
It's a
either
dead
of them
end.
were good.
I don't relish our chances climbing, or breaking through for that matter.
And yet this seems to be the only way inside. Take a look around. There must be a switch or something to...
What? What is it this time?
Look! Over there!
You've watched them, what do you mean? I mean, I regret. Regretty spaghetti. First season was good. It was alright.
Energy. But then that means
Snap out of it! Can't you see what's happening? You're being deceived! Please stop! You'll die!
Damn it!
Full run is killing you! You need to run! Please, get off the boat!
Damn, it is instant.
What just happened?
We're being summoned.
Summoned by that murdering monster?
It's all a demonstration designed to provoke. To prove to us, no, to Alphen, just what he's capable of.
Kidnapping Shion. Killing all those people. If it's just me he's after, then why hurt them?
Why do all this just to get at me?
It's time to erupt.
You hear
Emotion
me,
Lord.
Voron? Answer me!
Emotion Lord powers activate. Do it.
Alphen, this is not your fault. Don't give this to him.
I know. And I won't.
Emotion's bad.
My hands are stained with blood. But even so, if we're going to stop that bastard, then I need to keep going. Let's move.
Damn it.
How awful. All of those people in the boats. Do you think they had any idea what was going to happen to them?
They did a damn good job of concealing it if they did. You ask me, the only thing on their mind was following orders.
Mind control.
And I bet I can guess who from. Volron.
The only thing they knew was mindless oppression right to the very end. What kind of purpose is that? Living only to die at your master's whim?
Hasn't that been the past 4 out of 5
Being a slave means
kingdoms?
having your whole life stolen from you. In the worst cases, quite literally. That bastard will get what's coming to him. I'll see to it he does.
Revengeance. Yeah, we've technically met this guy a couple times. Is he handsome? He's been shrouded a little bit. He's got long... He kind of looks like Vicious from Bebop, a little bit. Less sharp, though. I don't know if you understand what I mean when I say that.
Is this what I think it is? Those people, they were all...
He's sick. Sick and deranged.
Remember this well. This is the true face of who we're up against.
He basically is vicious? That doesn't surprise me. I'm curious as to how he knows
Alphen,
Alphen,
if it's not fruits
though.
of Helgen he's using, then how do you think Volron goes about controlling all of them?
Mind control.
They didn't look like they'd been threatened, but they didn't look like they understood anything either.
It could be something else, like a potion perhaps. But frankly, I doubt it.
But that would mean they're following Volron out of choice? But why?
Nothing bolsters a despot's authority more than loyalty. Loyalty is advantageous for any ruler. For Volron, it means acolytes willing to give their lives for him. As for whether they did it willingly or not, I'd say they're merely puppets dancing to their master's tune.
But to the point where they'd give up their own life force? Is that even possible?
You just saw it for yourself. And think back to when I was your lord. If I'd asked you to sacrifice yourself for some cause, would you have?
Dohalim.
My apologies. My words got away from me again.
No, you're absolutely right. The only difference being that you never demanded such a thing. You wouldn't.
All lords are masters in the art of manipulating their subjects' hearts. Whether they use fear, torture, or various other methods. The outcome is
That
the
will
same.
remain unnamed.
No wonder there's no remaining signs of a resistance force in this place.
Yeah, he's the mysterious swordsman that we fought semi at the beginning. Well, we didn't fight him. He showed up, and then we looked at him as he, like, killed some Zoogles, and we were like, oh my god, that guy just killed some Zoogles. And then we fought him later. And yeah, that's basically Cowboy Bebop. Vicious wanted Spike to suffer a bit because of Julia. And the decisions they made and the betrayal he felt
Shion!
for what Spike did to him during the war. I'll shut up now.
Everyone. They're gone. And I'm all alone. It's dark. Please help me.
Shion.
It's so dark.
Please remember, audio
We came
mixing
to
is
save
hard.
you. It's okay now.
I'm all alone. It's dark. Please help me. No.
Shion?
Lies.
So.
Thorns! This situation just
Okay.
got prickly.
There is immense dark astral
Really,
energy
Law?
here. Far
Right
too
off
potent for
rip?
the work of a single individual. It's possible Volron's manipulating her. We cannot tell from this far away. We need to be much closer.
Only to do that, first we need to get rid of the thorns. So we fight fire with fire. Unless you have a better idea.
Who has fire?
Alone.
Do any of you nerds have fire?
I'm all alone.
Shion!
I can't die. But I also can't live.
Shion!
I...
Shion! We're coming for you! Won't let you down this time. This pain I feel. It's nothing
I don't
compared to
like
what
his
you're going
moves so
through.
much.
I won't let you go again.
I like
You
a
did
like I
whatever
like
you
that
did.
one.
So please, open your eyes. Shion!
This is not going well.
Dark wind!
Ah, paralyzed.
I'll face you.
See me. All right, I'll panacea.
Whirlwind snap! I'll grind you into dust!
Yeah, definitely Seismic is easily my favorite. Tempest does not feel that good.
Take this!
Their arts were interrupted.
Hurricane! Ha! Talon Hurricane! Seismic rupture! Does it hurt? Not today!
Sleep now.
I'll grind you into dust!
I like Raging Lunastorm, but I don't think it's that strong.
Oh, the magic is
Now I'm in Can't get out of this!
Whoops.
Raging Luna Storm! Now I'm in the groove!
Magic is amped. Cyclone.
Down on the ground! Talon Hurricane!
Does this end? Complain strats! Anime, everyone shut up.
Thorns just keep growing back. If this keeps up, then...
Please wake up, Shion. Come back to us.
I'm alone. Alone? I'm completely alone.
Get in there, you two-eyed freak!
You're wrong.
Elfin!
She thinks we left her all alone. She can't see us or hear us. All of this. It's because I pulled away from you. Because I couldn't hold on to you. Shion. But you're not alone anymore. Law's here. And Rinwell too. Kisara. And Dohaling. And so am I. Believe me when I say, you are not alone. So please, don't give up on us. We will bear your challenge together! I swear it! Shion.
Love bloomed on the battlefield!
Alvin!
How many times do I have to tell you? Not to be so careless.
That was fucking adorable.
There is no more time for us to rest.
Let us finish this. I entrust this blade to you once more.
Let's go! Full Run is waiting.
Dude's hand is melting.
Hey, Alphen?
What is it?
While I was away, what did you do?
I missed you.
Alphen. But after what happened because of me,
I got a glimpse of the real you. It was worth it. You could say the pain is some kind of reward.
some reward. You sure all that hurt hasn't done something to your head, too?
Hey now.
Is it just me, or are they...
It's been a while. They're just happy to see each other.
I know. I mean, it's fine.
We all express ourselves in different ways. Leave them be.
They should get a room.
That was abrupt. Shaded Aster, a raven black rifle that blends with the darkness of night. Sporting exceptional accuracy, it can hit vital points from a great distance. And a Twilight One Piece, darker than the blackest night. Only one thing can save its wearer's heart from sinking forever into the abyss. What's the one thing? Is it love?
Shion.
What the fuck is that score?
I'll be okay. Let's go.
Excuse me? Blazing Pillar. Ooh. In Overlimit, hold 2 of the following buttons with a 5+ combo. That is the easiest motherfucking Mystic Art activation I've ever seen in my life. I still can't get over it. He looks so weird with eyes. That's not just me, right? What do you mean separate arts? Oh, that's still fine. That's 2 button presses and then hold the button. Train? What do you mean? Oh, you want to see the Mystic Art? I'll see what I can do. Find the spinning air move for Dulhalim. You mean the one that I have set? The rotating pile driver? Because that's not my complaint. I like rotating pile driver. My problem is that Elusive Deity and Penumbra both feel like absolute shit. I'll try to get the Mystic Art, don't worry. Wind move. Crescent Flash? Because those are the only two I got. I'll try Crescent Flash.
We have to take Volron out.
Right.
Those things that came out of Shion are her thorns, right? She said they're made of dark astral energy.
She did. But those thorns are no astral art, and she cannot control them. Such immense astral energy, too. Just what are her thorns, really, I wonder? I suppose she might have an answer, but isn't yet ready to talk.
Shion.
So, the Sovereign, the Renis Alma, the fate of Lenegis 300 years ago? Yes. That is a lot to take in, isn't it? I never realized the weight of the burden you were carrying.
I could say the same.
The person you kept mistaking me for. It was Naori, wasn't it? So, what do you think? Could I be her descendant?
It seems likely. You two do look very similar.
Kidnapping Shion, mistreating slaves, and who knows what other terrible deeds. Seriously? These so-called lords just think they can do whatever they like.
How do you appropriately treat a
ashamed to be
slave?
one of their kind.
Sorry, my bad. I didn't mean you, Dohalim.
Do you think Volron could have been behind what just happened with Shion's thorns?
I'm not sure. If it was bait he needed, kidnapping her should have sufficed. Perhaps he had some other purpose in mind.
Her thorns aside, as a hostage, surely it would have made more sense to keep her close at hand. So why did he leave her unguarded?
If getting rid of Alphen was Volron's only priority, then he could have ambushed us directly. It's not as if he lacked the power. He chose not to, which means he's toying with us, prolonging Alphen's suffering as much as he can.
But why? What does Volron specifically have against Alphen? Is it because he's leading the Danon rebellion?
Possibly. But try to see it from Volron's perspective. He'd do anything to win the crown contest, correct? Knowing that the true sovereign already exists somewhere is bound to ruffle his feathers. Have your paths crossed before, Alphen?
Only when I've been with you guys.
In the end, we just find more mysteries.
What isn't a mystery is how badly we're gonna beat this creep up once we find him.
What a simple and straightforward person you are, Law.
Oh no!
Way to give us a heart attack. I wasn't sure how that was gonna pan out for a while there.
I'm just glad everyone's safe. Really glad.
What about you, Shion? How are you feeling? He didn't do anything to you, did he?
The last thing I remember is being back on the ship.
Remember that
Back
Sword
then.
Art Online thing?
Seeing Alphen's pain return to him the moment he touched me. It brought me back to my childhood. The fear in people's eyes whenever they were around me. And the next thing I knew, darkness was welling up inside me. It was smothering me. I couldn't see anything anymore. I was all alone.
Shion.
You're okay now. You're safe, Shion.
300 years.
You're not alone any longer.
Thank you.
Alright, it was only 2. So, I've seen worse. We've all seen worse. Saxleo. Alright, let me see if I can get this, Oh, fuck. So, is he just okay with pain now? Is that a thing? Oops. Wait, something's wrong here. Hold on. Alright. I got a dungeon to crawl through. A nice looking dungeon, at least. So they really did move away from the Kramels. They're not Kramels. What are they called? The Elementals? What are they called? Maxwell and Efreet and Salamander and... I don't know if he exists anymore.
Guard.
They don't seem to be keeping lookout. More like they're waiting.
Oh well, the royal welcome was nice while it lasted.
Spirits?
Time to get our fists dirty, huh?
I just know in Eternia they were called
As
Kramels.
far as law's concerned, this is the plan. Let's go.
Fuck 'em up!
Open your eyes! This blind loyalty is just another form of slavery.
Glory be to Volron!
That's useless. They're brainwashed. Just like the Danon puppets we dealt with outside.
Whoa! Oh shit!
We'll soon see about that.
Ah, I fucked it up. My bad, boys.
Here, let me help.
I'll try to do it again, but I can't promise nothing.
Glacial spear.
That's what I should have done.
Astral energy.
Say no more.
I'll bring you.
Oh, I have missed that one. All I have to do is get hit a whole bunch.
Will this help? Tempest. More with
Ah!
Light dance in the wind. Air thrust.
I owe you one.
Light astral.
I got one heal out of it, not bad.
Sleep now. Here, raging storm. More with air. Glacial spear. Here's the evil.
Whoa!
Hear my call. Will this help? Anything in armor is
Well, I'm trying specifically to get hit a little bit. So it's like...
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished.
Because that's the easiest way to get into overlimit. Also, I have to remember I can't combo A into X with this setup. No?
Here I come!
He didn't get staggered to that?
Well, that didn't feel great. Those soldiers were just like the slaves, driven by a warped sense of loyalty.
Yeah, that was just about as hollow a victory as they come.
It's strange. I always thought loyalty was one of the greatest virtues out there. Now I'm not so sure. Is it simply a question of where your loyalties lie? Or is it fealty itself that's the problem?
FFH
Maybe it
strats,
only
yeah,
becomes
kinda
a problem
is.
the moment you stop thinking for yourself.
So if we defeat Volron, you think they might learn to think independently again? Actually, no. Never mind. This isn't the time. We can worry about that after we finish the task at hand and defeat Volron.
As expected, Volron's elite guards are quite formidable. Their equipment and training far exceed those of any foot soldier.
We need to be careful not to let them exhaust us before we reach Volron.
See, in those FFH strats, easy way to get one turned by Cerberus.
A grandiose castle for a grandiose city. He really didn't cut any corners.
They're certainly akin to each other. And yet, I'd say the castle seems even more reflective of its owner's personality.
In what way?
It feels overbearing, tyrannical almost, but more than anything, merciless. As if any pretense to ease of living was sacrificed in favor of sending a message. One of domination and a thirst for total power. In other words, the perfect domicile for our power-crazed foe.
That's why he let us in. It's precisely the message he wanted to convey. Almost like he's mocking us.
That bastard's in the mood to play? We'll see who's laughing once we've taken him down a peg or two.
Oh, please, no more.
Is it just me, or is the blazing sword burning even more brightly than before?
Yeah, as if the astral energy within it has become more powerful somehow.
It would appear Alphen has learned to harness his sovereign abilities to even greater effect.
Is that true, Alphen?
I'm not sure. I don't think I'm doing anything differently.
You're not. It's proof of your strengthened bond with Shion. No further explanations needed.
Oh man, for real? Nice!
Is that true?
How am I supposed to know?
Fat lot of good the two of you are.
I may have a theory or two I could offer.
Yeah, no, I think we're good.
Now that you mention it, though, I guess I have noticed a change. It's like there isn't as much resistance when energy's being siphoned from my Master Core.
Aha! So it is a bond thing! Aw, you guys!
Wait, what about your hand? That thing practically used to give you third-degree burns every time you wielded it, right?
Kisara's got a point. And if it's gotten even hotter since then...
I won't lie. The searing heat and pain are almost unbearable. Almost. When I'm fighting, I'm somehow able to endure it. It's like the sword becomes part of me or something. Like I can feel it pulsing through my chest. I can't describe it.
In other words, your heart burns with a flame more powerful than even that of the sword.
Jesus Christ.
Fascinating.
Yeah, take it from our resident poet laureate.
How does his glove not melt? Astral healing, sir. Close to beating the game. You know it. Once I beat the 5th Lord, that's it. No more. Definitely, that's all of the big bads. 8 out of 20. All of them. Alright, all I gotta do, go back into the thing. Steal it. Punch him.
An astral art?
That's my cue.
It would be if you had your thing. Alright, perfect.
It's weakened. Do it.
Coming through!
On what planet?
Now!
What?
Scarlet Inferno!
Will this help?
What? On what fucking planet? I would love to know how that wasn't a 5-hit combo. Fucking Gale Force Fury does more than 5 hits by itself. I'm misinterpreting it? I can't even check. The wording? It says 5+ combo performed using separate arts. A 5+ combo is just hits. Does it want 5 different arts? That is not how that's worded at all. That isn't even remotely how that's worded. I don't remember shit from Berseria. It just says 5 combo. Alright, well, I can still do it. Just not this fight now.
These fists have got your name on them.
What the fuck?
I'll finish you right now.
What even? Oh. Dark Souls doesn't tell you how to use a shield? I'm pretty sure it does, doesn't it? Oh my god.
This ends now.
Consider
Alright,
yourself
I get to try it again then. It's fine. This one's... Now that I know that, I need to switch off of Eternal Devastation first off.
There's always room for improvement.
I remember you watching a video of a guy complaining for 10 plus minutes about it. Dude, how do you remember me watching a video when I don't remember me watching a video? What the fuck? I appreciate setting the Dohalim ability and then immediately going to Alphen. I want to see the fucking Mystic art. All things be damned, especially this skit.
The largest, tallest.
No backing down!
To be let free!
Not on my watch!
Rip the try harder! No,
Damn, dude. Calm down. Alright.
Not today!
Well, that's bad.
I can carve through
Begin snelling to me.
Yeah! And the
That's upsetting.
that's enough!
Be still!
Yeah.
I owe you. Take this!
I hit the wrong one.
Shockwave flash!
Watch this!
Swallow blade!
I need this thing dead, please.
Shockwave flash! Be still! Here I come! Strike! Devastation!
Whoops, wrong move.
Mirage! Take this! Try harder! You're mine! Shockwave flash!
Oh, come on.
Take it!
Feels bad.
Take this! Orochi's fury! Shockwave Kisara!
Yeah, fuck it.
Commander of Heavens! Phoenix Cyclone!
I love that move. That's
I've been
fun.
doing really great lately.
The fun thing, I didn't even know he got another Mystic. I just randomly did it. I'm not sure how you randomly do a 5 art combo on an enemy that isn't downed in that state, but... Alright, now... Alright. No. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I fucked up!
I'll burn it all!
Man, feels bad. I fucked up. I need... Orochi's Fury needs to go...
Flaming pillar! Fire!
Oh, I did it. How did I do that? That was alright.
The enemy deals hearts too.
Look sharp! Lightning tiger blade!
Here, let
I
me
thought I fucked that up.
Too much! Take this!
More where that came from!
smash you!
By the
I'll never see it. It's true though.
Now I'm
Am I
real
dead?
mad.
Yes. These guys have no goddamn chill.
Sleep now.
Shockwave flash!
Saving
Take this!
I'll heal you
I'm
all.
not done!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
I don't even think it was that cool. It was just alright.
I owe you one! Here I come! Take this! Slash!
Will this help?
Orochi's fury!
Here's a healing arm.
No
Still
escape.
energy. First
Lightning
aid.
block! You're
Damn,
mine!
I do need more penetration. I will admit to that.
Look sharp! Lightning tiger blade!
I need to be stronger.
Is the path being pulled up like some kind of drawbridge?
I'm guessing there's no way to kick it back down, huh?
Most likely, it's connected to a control apparatus of some sort. I suggest we search around and see what we uncover.
Yeah, I need to be done soon. I'd like to maybe see it again, but if I don't... Because I should stop in the next couple minutes.
It'll take more than this to stop us!
Alright, I'll try it again.
Perhaps they were trying...
These purple guys have no chill, though.
Looks like trouble with a capital K.
Get out together, we've got this!
You fucking mind?
Divine Streak! None shall escape judgment.
Whirlwind Sharply!
Bruh! Where is everybody? What are you doing over there? I wish I could tell them to target specific enemies, because it's driving me nuts. Just randomly having to find out who everyone is targeting.
Leave the ensnaring to me. Yeah.
Alright, let's try this again.
Burn!
Two.
Take this.
Water, hear my call!
I'll burn it all! Flaming pillar! Fire!
Alright, that was cooler than...
Will this help?
Kisara! Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Cyclone!
That was cooler than me complaining about it before, I'll say that.
That's my cue!
Shut him down!
Do it!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Here's a healing arm!
Because I was so convinced I didn't get it that one time that I didn't actively look at it, I guess.
Air thrust!
Shockwave Flash! Not today! Shockwave Flash!
Swallow dare!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Cyclone!
You're quite the gunslinger.
I have to be, in this world.
Don't worry, I've got your back.
Cool. Alright, I guess next time I do this, I'll bring up the character change thing again, and we can work with that. Tomorrow is either Visage or Back for Blood, I don't know which. So, look forward to that if you feel like looking forward to it. I can't control you. So, with that said, I am done for the day. This was a long, well, it wasn't that long, I guess, but considering Subnautica finished an hour and 30 minutes in, do a fight with Dohalim. No, I'll save it for next time. So, no, I'll do it next time. Next time is the good time. Nope, next time. Yeah, go enjoy the rest of your evening. I am going to... I have plans. It'll never happen. It'll probably happen. I have plans to play Phasmophobia tonight, so I may be back. I'm unsure, though. We'll see. Either way, peace out, boys!